Hi everyone, we hope you're doing well. Today we're gonna spend the day occupied doing an Axis and Allies 1942 second edition game, but we're only gonna play the Europe half of the board here. Make this game a little quicker to occupy today. There we see how the game's set up there. No changes from the Axis and Allies 1942 second edition cards. And get a good look there. We're gonna play under the 1942 rules. We're gonna use the national production chart from the original Axis and Allies Europe game, and Germany's gonna stay the same and start out here at 40 IPCs. Russia's going to start out at 24-2. That's what they start out in the game. We're just going to give them their other territories there, but they're not included in the game. England is going to be at 24 in this game. That's in the whole game they would be at 30, but we're only going to use the territories that are on this half of the board, so that puts them tied with Russia at 24. US is going to be at 33 in this one. And again, no change for Germany. They will be at 40 for this one. So we'll jump ahead towards the end of the game and see here how this works out. So this is round number 6 of an Axis and Allies 1942 second edition game. Just playing the Europe half of the board here. Where this is going to be into Germany's turn now into round number 6, and where we're at here, this is going to be a focal battle for the game. Germany here, they've been occupying the Caucasus here for a few turns, and they're going to do pretty much their last big attack here, an attempt to take Russia out. So we'll see how this attack goes. As far as the Allies, Russia is just focused now in Moscow. They are defending. And England and the US, instead of attacking here in Normandy and Western France, they've been going into northern Russia here to help to defend Moscow here in these turns. So this is where they are with tanks and infantry units and a fighter that they've brought over from over across the Atlantic Ocean. And also they had a force here that started out in northern Africa here, and now they're over here in the Middle East, and they have 2 tanks there in Russian territory there to help contribute here to the Battle of Moscow. So we'll see how this battle here pans out if Germany is able to take Moscow over here. So this is the result after round 1 of the battle for Russia here in round number 6. After the battle round 1, Germany is going to have to decide to retreat back to the Caucasus here. They would start losing their precious fighters, and with the only 1 tank to survive, possibly after round 2, that tank would easily be overtaken by the Allied forces on their turn. So with Russia, they're able to hold off here for the defense of Moscow, and Germany is going to be forced again to surrender back to the Caucasus. It looks like kind of the turning point of the battle here, that now things will start to favor the Allies, because Germany will be in the Caucasus retreated, and they can only purchase 4 units per round to put in there. So, and as we see here from Germany, it would take a round or 2, especially with infantry and artillery. That would take about 4 rounds to get more into Russia there. So Germany is now starting to be in a bind here, and they're going to start to face the crunch here of the Allied forces as this game continues on. So at the end of round 6, we see here as things are starting to turn very unfortunate for Germany. England, in their turn afterwards, they take their tanks to ravage territory here in Western Russia and throughout the Ukraine there, as they take over all that territory, and they use other tanks to take over Norway and Finland. And the US, they advance their troops into Persia and put more support into Russia there. And they also take their force from over here in the sea off of Greenland and those transports there, and they move them there into, what's that territory called? That's called Northwestern Europe. It had taken 2 more IPCs away from Germany. And then they also take troops over here from the East Coast and they station them down here in Northern Africa. They have the ability now to go into Italy to take over territory there. The German aircraft here, they don't have range to get over there to take out those transports. So that puts us at the end of round 6 here. We see our IPC chart now. US is in the lead with 38. England is all the way up now to 34. Germany is reduced down to 28, and Russia is at 20 IPCs now. So that sums it up for round number 6 here. As we see now, this game is clearly in control of the Allies. I really don't see any possible way for Germany to win this game here. The end of round 7 has Germany organizing forces in Eastern Europe for defense against the incoming Soviet invasion now, and in Western France here with the Soviets back in the game. England and the US is able to concentrate and take over Western Europe and Paris here in round number 7. US loads some more troops across the sea into Northern Africa there to stage, and they build up some more forces in the mainland of the United States. So we move on to round number 8 here as we continue the Allied offensive to take out Germany. At the end of round number 8, we have the Russians in control of the Caucasus. Germans still control Karelia up there. The US tried to take the tanks out but didn't have good rules, so the US loses 3 tanks and a fighter in that battle. And over here on the other front, the English troops again occupy Western France and Paris, and US troops occupy Italy and Rome. And we see the continued buildup of troops over here to continue the Allied offensive into round number 9. Germany is able to keep up an offensive in round number 9 by attacking Russia in Ukraine and attacking with all their troops here on the other front against the British in Western France. Moving on to the end of round number 9, after the Allied counteroffensive, we see how Western France is occupied now with Allied troops, and the U.S. continues to build up on Italy. Over here, we see the Germans are still in control of the Ukraine and up in Karelia. But this game, as we can see, is pretty much soon going to be coming to an end here. This is the end of round number 10 as we see the game coming soon to a conclusion. Into round number 11 here. This is after Russia and Germany had their turn, and we're just going to do a joint US and British attack here on Germany and see if they can end this game. So this is the final outcome of the game. As you can see there, US and England took over Germany in the end of round 11 here, and there you can see where the Soviet Union stands. So this concludes this game after 11 rounds with an Allied victory, and there you can see the final UPC chart where the markers are for each country there. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you for watching.